It's interesting. I think the trend in today's market is uncertainty, right? I think that word is out there. People, they don't know what to expect. We've gone through, like I said, when I started in 2010, we had more inventory than you could imagine. Yeah, so we had, at that time, we had a 13-month supply of inventory, meaning that if nothing new came on the market, normal days on market would take you 13 months to go through it. A normal real estate market is considered at 6 months supply. So a buyer's market is considered at 7 months supply. A seller's market is at 5 months supply. We've been hovering at around a 3-month supply average for the past 4 years, at least, maybe 5. So the people are uncertain as to what's going on, when are more homes going to come on the market, what's going to happen with interest rates. So helping them navigate their way through that, helping them understand, this is an election year. Election years change business in almost every business. So helping them understand, how does that affect the Florida market? How does it affect the Martin County market? How does it affect them long term? So there's so much uncertainty out there, and I think our job is to talk to as many sources as we can, whether it's the insurance industry right now, whether it's the interest rates, and to understand as best we can and to be a resource of knowledge to pass that information on.
Good morning, everyone. We are back with another My Living Media podcast. I'm Lucy Dodd, and today we're with the GPS group with Engel and Völkers. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
If you guys could just start off with introducing yourselves and telling us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
I'm John Gonzalez. I'm with Engel Völkers Stewart. I am the broker owner, and we formed the GPS group earlier this year. We're a luxury marketing company that sells real estate, so we're excited to be here and talking to you, Lucy.
I'm up. Good morning. I am Stacy Little. I am a broker associate at Engel Völkers and part of the GPS group. I have been in the business for 30 years, native here to the area, and just happy to be part of an amazing team and amazing office.
Last but not least, I am Michael Ponte. I am the P in the GPS group. And my goals were to align myself with people who make me better and help me move forward with my career. And working with John and Stacy certainly does that for me. I've worked with Stacy for almost 15 years, and John's been a good friend and a mentor for the past 10 years. So it was a very easy group for us to put together.
Michael and I had been, I would say, co-mentoring each other, because Michael helped me as much as I may have helped him. And we started talking a long time ago about maybe coming together. He and Stacy then started talking to me, and we started talking, and we were having a really great conversation when another opportunity came up for them. And they took another opportunity that, certainly with my blessing, I was like, I hope it works out really well for you. If it doesn't, let's reconvene the conversation. And not long thereafter, there was a phone and call, and we reconvened the conversation. And I don't know about them, but it's been happily ever after for me.
Yeah, I think so for us too. Stacy and I, the first day I ever walked into our previous real estate office, I realized very quickly that Stacy was the person that I needed to connect myself to, because she really had her pulse on everything that was happening. And at that time, I was brand new to the area. Stacy's a native, so it was very easy for me to connect with her and to learn the ins and outs of the local area, who to work with, who you need to know, why you need to know them. John became a mentor, so to speak, as he got me into leadership with the board of realtors. So when Stacy and I started talking about doing something, because we've always kind of said that if we made a move, we would move together. And our friendship has really worked well that way. So John, the whole image with Engel Völkers really came together for us, and it just worked, I think.
Definitely. And I think we needed that venture to really reel us back to where we were supposed to be. So, it was a great opportunity and experience. And the fact that it wasn't the right fit for us has led us to what I believe to be the right fit now.
Great. And Tell us a little bit about Engel and Völkers for some of those who may be unfamiliar. What is the company all about? What makes you guys stand out from other?
Well, because I've been doing it longer than I've got the elevator speech a little bit better than England Volker is an international company, global company based in Hamburg, Germany. It was founded in the mid '70s by Christian Volker and his partner Engel, who then passed away, and Christian Volker kept the Engel name the whole time. They expanded in the U.S. Actually, their first expansion in the U.S. was in Florida, over in Naples, and they've been growing in the U.S. for the last 15 years or more. I've been with Engel Völkers for 7 years. It gives us a really great opportunity for referrals, to get to know people that are selling luxury real estate throughout the world. I'm going to Italy in June, and I'm already starting to plan to meet with the broker in Italy just to say hi, to hang out a little bit. And I've done that in many cities, states around the country. It's a great opportunity.
Being a kid, anytime you traveled back in the day, and you had the benefit of sitting in first class a couple of different times with my family, and there's always that travel magazine. And I knew of the Engel Völkers brand from that, from high-end magazines. You would always see it. So to me, it was always synonymous with luxury, with wealth. And I think throughout Europe, it certainly has that stipulation. Here in the U.S., I definitely think that it's growing. I think that people are getting used to the brand. People are learning about the brand. But that upper echelon of clientele already know the brand. They know what it's about. They know what it's synonymous with. And I think for us, it's growing that brand here locally, but also with our area has become a place of people coming from all over. I mean, Florida is a destination place.
Great. And what would you say are some of the most rewarding aspects of working in a group or a team in the real estate industry?
It is great. I've always worked in a team atmosphere, and to be able to bounce things off of each other, to be able to pick up from one or the other's shortcomings, if you will, just being able to balance and have different personalities, to mesh with different people, to make different people feel comfortable, to build relationships in different ways. I think it's really been great and really important.
It really is. The team effort that we're having. I'm having a lot of fun working with these guys, and we've had some interesting. I mean, one of the first appointments, Michael and I met with a client, and we were going to work with his mother. And I tend to be like that. I tend to be more how should we say it, laid back, a little gentle. Mike's a little more, you know, straight. Straight. Tell you the truth. And and I said to the client, like the next day after he had met us, I said, "Well, I think I'd be happy to work with your mom." And he goes, "No, my mom needs to work with Michael. She needs the straight shooter." And so that was kind of a neat observation. It made us, of how well a team can work.
Yeah, I grew up in a family business, so for me, working on a team is it's second nature, and really it just makes things easier because our business is it's not hard, but it's not easy. And
Changing every day.
it's changing every day, especially lately, and it's challenging. And working with people is challenging. And I've always said the only other person a realtor can really talk to about what their day was like is another realtor, because it's very hard for the public to understand the emotions and the highs and lows and the ups and downs that we go through with our clients. And having these two to be able just to, walk into the office and they'll see that look on your face and go, all right, what happened, or what are you dealing with, whether it's a client or another agent. And it's, for me, I just enjoy the ability to celebrate the victories with each other, but also have someone to celebrate, or not to celebrate, but to share those low moments, to be able to pick each other up out of them. So I think the three of us have very unique strengths that we bring together to form a really formidable team. And Stacy really helps kind of solidify that as far as the being the, I would say, the linchpin, because she's the one that runs on a schedule, whereas the two of us maybe are a little more lax. She's really coordinated, where we're kind of handling things just constantly as they come up. So she really keeps everything on track and moving forward.
Great. And I know last time we all met, you guys seem to be very involved in your community. So when you're not helping clients find their dream homes, what are you passionate about outside of work?
Wow. So for me, that's kind of a newer part of being in the role that I'm in now. In my previous role, I was really behind the scenes, and being able to step out and participate in community events and do different things. Like, I'm in Martin County leadership right now, and
People tell me you're a rock star, by the way.
Oh, well, you guys are like getting me emotional, which isn't hard to do. But no, it's been great just to connect. Habitat for Humanity is one of the causes that the Board of Realtors stands behind strongly, and I enjoy stepping out for that. And just learning more and growing more in the community has been great.
I mean, I sit on the board of a local charity that's really important to me, and it's called Tykes and Teens, and we provide mental health counseling to infants all the way up through high school.
And for me, the interesting thing is, Stacy's a Florida native, John's a Florida native, but John's generational goes back, what, 6 generations? Seventh generation in Florida. So he downplays it a lot, but his history and knowledge of the area and how connected he is to, whether it's something in Martin County or honestly anything across the state, he's a wealth of knowledge. I'm a transplant. So I moved here in 2009, and it's not always easy, especially in an area that it is, people want to call it transient, Florida, where people come and go. It's not always easy to make those deep rooted connections and then to embed yourself into the community. But they've definitely helped me do that. John got me into leadership at the Board of Realtors, which I spoke about before. I'm actually the current vice president of our board. But for me, you touched on it before, when you're not helping clients, that's really my thing. That's really what moves the needle for me, is being of service. And being of service helps me um, feel useful. So whether it's being involved with clients, or I have another passion project that I'm involved with, which is all about unity, but it's I'm not so much in the community as I am about the community. So but through these two, I'm definitely getting out there more. We all have our social anxieties and we hide them well, but they're pushing me to get out there a little bit more.
And Mike and his wife support the arts here in Martin County as well, especially the visual arts.
We are very big supporters of Starstruck Performing Arts School and Theater here in Stewart, and we've been going to performances there since 2009, since we moved here. And that is a little slice of cultural heaven. If people haven't been to it, they think, well, it's children's theater.
No.
You would never walk out of there. You walk out of there going, wow, those are children. So ages from 4 to 18, and the performances are absolutely amazing. These are it's if you want a night out and something that's high performance, but whether it's going to Starstruck, going to the Barn Theater, we've actually just found our little cultural niche about local theater, and that's one of the things we love to do.
Great. And my last icebreaker type question is, if you could give one piece of advice to your younger self who is just starting out in real estate, what would it be?
I don't think I would change much of what I've done. Working in the administrative roles that I did really helped me grow and learn the business. So I don't know that I would change very much.
So I would change. So I got originally licensed in 1981. And then I went off on other career paths because I worked with my family and my father. Michael and I have had some of these conversations working with family. And I just went, I'm not going to do this real estate anymore, but I loved it. And I went on a lot of different other career paths, which included financing real estate and stuff like that. But once I came back, my regret is I didn't stay in it from 1981 to 1990, 7 as an active participating realtor because I do love this profession. I love what I do, and that would be my regret.
I guess if I was going to give my earlier self starting out in this career, because I started out in 2010, which one of my first friends I made when I moved here to Martin County actually called my wife and was concerned because I was getting into real estate when so many of his friends were getting out of real estate. It was quote unquote the worst real estate market since the Great Depression. But for me, I always, build your own economy, focus on yourself. Behind us in this little is Jim Rohn, and he talks about how to walk your talk all the way to the top. And for me, it's focusing on that bringing the circle smaller. And if I was going to give my younger self getting into real estate one thing, advice would be to really focus on cultivating your entire database. Sometimes as realtors, we think we help someone move out of state and they leave and they move to Michigan or they move somewhere else, and you think the relationship is over. But it's really never over. I tell my clients, if you have an ailment, you call the doctor. Well, if you have a real estate question or anything related to real estate, you call your realtor. And whether they live in Michigan or Florida or California, if I can't answer that question because it's locally based, I'm going to find a local realtor and get them that question. So, you should have a doctor, you should have a lawyer, you should have a dentist, you should have a realtor. And that should be your go-to person. So for me, it would be really strengthening and staying more in contact with the database from previous years.